So this is one of the invasive species that you'll find a lot in Greenbelt. This is what's called a bush honeysuckle. It's a low shrub that grows to, it can be upwards of 10 to 12 feet tall. It's very identifiable. It creates an opposite leafing pattern when it is in foliage, but during the winter it's easy to identify because of its bark pattern. You can see it has these lines going down it, and it's very kind of pale tan. They are very shallow rooted, they're very easy to pull out, so if you want to get rid of it and replace it with something native, some suggestions I might have would be spice bush or witch hazel. They create a similar flower that are beneficial to our local pollinators, but they don't create this berry that is not beneficial. It is a high carbohydrate berry that is basically a candy bar for birds and doesn't help them during the winter when they're trying to store fat and protein. So this is another invasive species that we have in Greenbelt that is pretty much everywhere. This is English ivy. It was brought over as a sort of all-year ground cover, and it did so well that now it has escaped and is producing populations in places that you don't want it to be. And with the absence of predators and disease, this is allowed to just thrive. And what it does is it climbs up trees and starts to branch out. And as it branches out, it creates these berries. Birds love these berries. Again, they are high in carbohydrates, so they're very not beneficial to the birds when they eat them. It's exactly like eating a candy bar instead of a cheeseburger. It gets you nowhere. Now, once it gets to a certain foliage, it will actually shade out the tree that it's on and will cover it, basically killing it slowly over years as it cannot photosynthesize and create its own food. And you can see at this tree here, it shaded it out, killed it, and got so top heavy it knocked it over. So now it's just low-lying and still creating berries. So here's one more invasive species that we have in Greenbelt. This is the leatherleaf Mahonia. It is sort of a look-alike of our native American holly, but what this is actually a barberry. So this will produce yellow flowers in the early spring, and come summertime it will produce these grape-like looking berries that birds will consume and spread. So this has been spreading throughout the eastern United States, mostly in the southeast and heading north. So this is another non-native. If you find in your yard, feel free to take it out.